So this last one is a special one to us. This is a nighttime duo that really reminds me of home and the island experience. It was a location you would constantly tag as a meetup spot for, and I'll say it right here. We can cut it off if you want. A Snapchat story you ran called Iolani Lit Parties. I just exposed you right there.
So
Oh, do people know? We can bleep it out.
well, I'm not Iolani Lit Parties, bro.
Wasn't it you and Leb?
No, not me and Leb. Leb's one of them. Sorry, Leb. Sorry to expose you, bro. But
Wait,
Leb is
what?
one of them. Yeah, I ain't the other one, bro. I know who the other one is though, because I was like I worked with them. I was
You're like an
client.
associate.
Yeah. I was a client to Iolani Lit Parties. They
Oh,
would be
you're like the market. You're like kind of like a sales rep.
I guess okay. Iolani Lit Parties might have been, I guess, my client because it was like I would go to them to like publish things, like get it across the grade.
Wait, who else was it?
We could cut this out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I didn't. Did I know that or did I not?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
It's crazy. Like a lot of people won't expect that. You know?
Wow,
like,
that's unsuspecting.
Yeah. A lot of people won't expect that, but
maybe we could somehow figure out to edit this in, like just
maybe
keep it low-key.
bleep it out, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna go into what I think the duo is. I'm thinking it's the beach and bonfire. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But kind of tying that back into like what we're talking about here is our senior year, junior year-ish too, as like a way to kind of get our grade together, have like some fun. I would plan these bonfires. But the funny part is there wouldn't ever be like a fire lit because it was probably the quickest way for a policeman to kind of like know that there's something going on and come down and end the party. So we would call it bonfires, but there would never be a fire. It would just be us hanging out on the beach.
Yeah.
But bonfires were a huge part of just Hawaii. And I think we've done like bonfires in a smaller group. But yeah. Great pick, bro, on this one. Love it.
Yeah, but that's right. We're talking about the Goons' number one activity, the light and the darkness of beaches and bonfires. So we were blessed to live in a place where we could be wearing board shorts, slippers, and a tank top at 10:30 p.m. at night, walk with our flashlights down a pitch black, beach path to stumble upon a moonlit shore of the south side of the island. Those beaches where we usually did our bonfires and kind of nighttime sessions. But we would frequent these beaches at night a lot. In fact, a lot of them kind of on the South Shore, Kahala kind of area. Wait, what was the beach?
Well, a lot of times with just like our friend group, we would go to Hunakai.
Hoonies, yeah.
Yeah, Hoonies. But for the bonfires, it was Diamond Head.
Diamond Head.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Hunakai Beach, Diamond Head. But a different way I kind of want to approach this, because I'm sure we have countless moments just setting up shop, starting a fire with just some of the boys or some of our friends and just kind of singing into the night. But to kind of approach this differently, I wrote out steps to making a good beach bonfire. Wow. So we can kind of go through it here, and you can either agree or disagree to add things you think as well. But I love it. It's very simple. Number one, once you get out to the beach, is you find the perfect spot. So you want a space that can fit the amount of people you're dealing with there, but it's also hidden, so because sometimes we're always sussed out about, I don't know, potential ops or police kind of knowing about, was it legal? Is it legal to do bonfires? I think
there's certain beaches, but I don't think at Hoonies. I don't think at Hoonies it was legal.
Okay, they'll put Hoonies in there, but we were at some beach. It wasn't us, but but you want a big space, but a hidden, space, potentially with natural sitting spots or a little ledge where people can sit around. And you definitely want a place with a good view of the sky. You don't want a place covered with trees or anything, because the whole idea when you're out there is to look up at the stars. And that's one of the beauties of Hawaii is the clear skies, and you can look out to the stars while you're talking story, while you're having a good time. But that's step number one. And then number two is you dig your hole. So it's essential. I think a lot of times we used to go bare hands. You didn't need a huge hole, honestly, for you're not making huge fires. One time I remember I was at a beach bonfire at Keikis, and they literally just set up like teepee wood mountain. It was a huge bonfire. But you dig your hole. Eventually I integrated like the shovel into the practice because I bought this little shovel with me, beach shovel. It was more like not even a beach shovel, it was like a dirt industry shovel. But we used to dig pretty deep holes with it. And number three, you find your firewood. So there's usually like, I think one or two like lead chiefsmen or firemen who would be in charge of like actually creating the fire. And then the rest of the people would kind of go scavenging for good wood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like a few people would go out to go, their assignment was just go grab a bunch of wood, or those who knew the type of dry wood you needed to spark a fire. So once you find all the firewood, you throw it all in. And then number four, you light the fire. And normally we did this, it's sad to say on the beach, but we did this assisted with some type of fire starter or something, you know what I mean? Just to get it started, just to get it lighted. And then you kind of nurse it and see it grow a little bit, add more firewood. And then number five, of course, you need the jams. So someone had to bring speaker. A lot of times I was on speaker duty, or I was expected to bring the speaker as well. It was either you or I, actually.
Totally.
Most of the time to bring the speaker and provide the jams, island music, whatever you're listening to. And then once the fire's going, everyone kind of naturally ends up singing. And then, so that's number six. And then number seven, I have shenanigans. So whatever that may be,
whatever that means.
We're doing, whatever that means, but it's usually associated with playing games, like we just played earlier, Umizuma categories, or even singing, having song contests.
Yeah.
A lot of these foundational games in our experience happen at beaches and with bonfires. So I had to include it. Again, like I said in the beginning, this is a pick that really reminds me of home when I think about home nighttime lifestyle and at least home nighttime activities. I immediately think about beaches and bonfires and the excitement and the rascal energy of it. And just the camaraderie we shared with boys under the stars and the moon on the beach. There's no other place other than islands, and especially Hawaii, that you can do that just at night. It's too cold everywhere else. It's not the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Love the pick. I would say the only thing I would maybe add, I would move the speaker a little bit earlier. Probably
kind of get that going.
Yeah, get it going. Get the vibes kind of like up a little bit. And then I would add even one a little bit before it. And I think this is a key little detail, is you want to park, and if you're the first one there, you wait till everyone else gets there, and then you all kind of like convoy together. Because like once you get out there, it's kind of hard to like stay on your phone and stuff. So that would be one step. So you kind of go in as a unit. You're going in as like your squad is coming in, and because it could be hard to find where people are. It's dark, like you said. So that's another key aspect of it. But dude, love the pick. It's such a big part of just our memory with the islands, and I feel like a lot of people who either grew up on the islands or maybe even vacationed there probably had some type of bonfire experience in their lifetime. All right, my final duo is all about unleashing your inner warrior. A single cry that could turn a chill gathering into an instant celebration. It's loud, it's proud, and it's the official sound of stoke levels reaching maximum capacity. You got any guesses?
Oh, of course. I know what you're talking about here.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. I'm talking about the infamous. Wait for it.
Yes. Sorry, roommates. I probably woke them up right now.
But bro, we started the introduction with this Chihu to kind of get the vibes going, bro. And when you let a good, strong Chi Hu out. There's nothing better, and there's nothing that kind of just gets the energy in the room going like a Chi Hu. Everyone can feel it. It's not even just like something you hear, you feel a good Chi Hu. And so I'm gonna go into like just a quick history. But the main thing I kind of wanted to talk about is kind of like what you did with the bonfire, but just like the aspects of what makes a good Chi Hu. Because there's a science behind it. There's a science behind having a good Chi Hu. But yeah, so kind of going into the history, the chant like yell is believed to have its roots in Polynesian culture, where similar exclamations were used during traditional ceremonies, dances, or when warriors or groups achieved something significant, which kind of badass, bro. Like, you know, you just won a battle and you're letting a fucking rip.
That's bad.
That's badass.
Who is the first Chi Hu? That's a good question.
I guess like what I took from this history is before there was exclamations like, yeah, like, you know, I don't know what they were saying, but like there was just like, yeah, like they had that as part of their culture. It's like when you do something significant, you kind of let one rip. But I don't think it was Chi Hu yet. It was very traditional to Polynesian culture. Loud vocalizations were integral to ceremonies and dances, which, you know, in Hawaii it's hula and Samoa it's siva, and group activities. And these sounds were used to signal unity, excitement, or victory. And in Hawaii, Chi Hu emerged as a playful, informal exclamation. It's widely used by locals to show excitement, often at sporting events, celebrations, or when hyping up a group. And so, you know, that's kind of what the history of what Chi Hu is about. But what I kind of wanted to do here is I wanted to break up the Chi Hu into two parts, because this is the duo. It's the Chi and then the Hu. And both of these parts are extremely important to the overall Chi Hu. I don't know if enough people are talking about the science between a Chi Hu and what makes it so good. Because you can't have a strong Chi and a weak Hu and it still having the same effect. And you can't have a weak Chi and a strong Hu and it still has a similar effect. You know, it's you have to have strong.
It's a duo.
Two parts.
The
It's a
Chi and the
duo.
Hu is a duo itself.
Yeah. They both need to come to play. If they don't come to play, you have a weak Chi Hu and the vibes are going to be off a little bit. Kind of going into it. So I'm breaking it down right here. So the Chi needs to have some rasp. This is where the full commitment comes in. It needs to come in on the Chi.
It's a full gut, it's guttural.
Yeah, you got to come from the gut. You got to feel in the throat. Like you got to be like, Chi! Like, you know, like it's like almost like breaking. Like you should be.
But it comes from the belly too. Like
it comes from the belly.
It's not like Chi. It's like Chi. It's like a little like
yeah. You're barking it almost. You're barking it, and it should be coming out so strong that your vocal cords feel like they might just fucking like go kind. Like
it's
a strong Chi.
It's a scream.
It's a scream.
It's a cry.
Oh yeah. And so I think this is like critical. You need a strong Chi. If you have a weak Chi, no matter how strong the Hu is, it's gonna be a weak Chi Hu. So the Chi needs to be going.
And it's hard to. That's the hard part. I think is going. It's literally 0 to like 200%. You're going from 0 like silence to immediately 250%.
Oh yeah,
like yelling. You know,
so
that's the tough part.
And I feel like the best way to do it is you got to feel it. You know, like the Chi Hu shouldn't just like be thought out. It needs to be felt. Like when you feel a Chi Hu, you just gotta let it rip. Yeah. Just go, commit to it. You can't be thinking about it like, oh, should I go Chi Hu here? And stuff. It's like when you feel that Chi Hu,
commitment.
Just go. Yup.
Yeah.
And a way I kind of described it like as like a visual way to know that it's a strong Chi is when you see a guy's like veins kind of popping out on the side of their head. They're like, you know, like the veins are glowing.
So then, even the neck veins too. Yeah, neck, right here. Yeah, the neck.
Yeah. And then from this comes the Hu. Now, what I think of when I think of the Hu is it's the descendo, like for us choir, it's the descendo to the Chi's crescendo.
Yeah. I love that.
So the best who's they lose volume, but they don't lose the power. It's a you know how Mr. A kind of like talked out the shendos. You're not losing power. You're still bringing it from the gut, but you're like who who.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is. Mr. A used to do. He used to like really fucking like.
Hold it on.
Mr. A would be so like expressive with his with that shit. Like he'd really hold it.
And even if you're kind of going, he'll be like,
come on, bring it. Okay. Yeah. Then he'd turn back around, and then he'd bow, and he'd do the. And he'd turn back around, and he'd be like,
yeah, either mad or he'd be like,
he is funny, man.
Yeah.
Love Mr. A.
Yeah. So it's a choir term, but this is what the Who is about. You're still using the full power of your diaphragm, but now it's to like get it out of there. You gotta like, whoo, like like when the best chi whoos, you got that whoo, and it's like kind of like
and it actually dissipates with the end of your breath because you're taking that same guttural breath, right? And you're just pushing out the last breath, whoo, and it kind of naturally
fades.
It's a natural fade. It's a natural breath fade. Yeah.
Yep. I like that. That's a good way to put it too. And like this is the control to the chi's almost outrageous energy. It's like the strong energy of the chi, and then the who kind of has to send it home. And so they really balance each other out in this way too. And when done correctly, as I said, you don't just hear it, you feel it. And a great chi who leaves a residue in a room that is contagious. It makes you just want to like jump out of a plane and get going. It makes you want to go into battle. It just gets the blood and your heart going. So yeah, to me, like that's kind of what makes the duo so great. It's like this transfer of energy from one voice to a collective. And when you hear one chi who, you can't help but almost let one rip yourself. It almost like starts a eruption of chi who's when you just hear that first one that gets it going. So it's that transfer of energy that really kind of goes into a collective. Yeah, and I think there's like no other phrase or saying in the islands that can really turn a room up than the infamous chi who. And that's why it's a dynamic duo. And it's not just Hawaii, it's a lot of the Polynesian islands use chi who as their war cry. So yeah. That's Love what I got. What's awesome. Your thoughts? I also wanted to ask, like, if you have a memorable chi who experience, but in general, just like, what's your thoughts about the chi who?
I mean, it's the Hawaiian expression. It's the voice. It's like the saying the phrase of Hawaiian stoke and just pride in spirit. It shows so much like pride and the spirit of Hawaii. There's a lot of like aloha and grace and everything too, but that's the cool thing about Hawaii. It's like laid back, but then you also have this side of the warrior cries and everything, the pride and the spirit of the local spirit and everything, and that's really embodied by the chi who. And it's awesome to see because you could be so laid back, eating poke bowls and chilling at the beach, and then all of a sudden you're out somewhere and a ton of people are just screaming chi who, and it's electric. To lack of better terms, it's electric. There's nothing like it. It's electric. So that's first off. But yeah, secondly, I was more of a shy kid growing up, as you know, and I'd feel it too, even in school ceremonies or school gatherings when people would start chi-hooing. And I was one of those kids. I couldn't really find it. I never really tried it yet because I'm not a guy who would just scream out in public. Like, I'm definitely not that type of dude. I'm more to myself, introverted. However, it's not until I left the islands and I came over here for college that I missed it so much that I wanted to kind of reconnect. And I did find my inner chi who. And this was, I think I told you this story before, but I went to this place. I saw it on Yelp. It was near Chapman. It's called Ipono Cafe in Newport, California. 25 minute drive from Chapman University. And I checked this place out, and they had this guava chili pepper fried chicken or something like that, and it broke them out. Like,
Bro.
it was nuts. And I was like, I haven't had that kind Hawaiian food, that good Hawaiian food since being back at home. Like, even like not even at home in general, but just like those very special parts and places in Hawaii that you remember in your childhood, just of these local plate lunches and everything. So that brought me back to that, and I was stoked I found this place. I was so stoked I found this place that on the drive back, I think I put and there's a clip of it, I believe. I can find it and then we can maybe add it in here, but I just started playing with I was just like, wow, bro. Like, I think I just started vlogging it. I was just kind of like I found this place, and I started kind of playing with the chi a little bit, and just kind of came out. I was like, cheers, like, started like going a little bit. And I'm not doing it well. I don't want to do it here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just started playing with the chi, and then I found the guttural chi a little bit, and then I let it rip the chi hu, and I think that's where I found my inner chi. But everyone can find their inner chi, and you gotta really, it maybe comes to people later than expected. For me, it came to me when I was maybe 22, like, something like that, 22, 23 years old. But
don't matter, bro.
It don't matter. The chi found me. It found my inner chi with Hawaii, and then since then, I've been ripping it. I'm glad I was able to find it because I never thought I would.
Yeah, and it's that almost a release of energy. It's hard to like even describe, because it's almost like it builds up to the point where, I know for me, it's like it builds up to a point where I'm like, bro, I just gotta let one chi-hu rip. And sometimes it's like by myself even, or even like if I'm like snowboarding and I just like had like an epic run, I'll be like, chill, as I'm like finishing up the run, and it's just like it just gotta come out, it's just built up energy, just like waiting to be erupted through a chi-hu. And I think that's like the best thing about it. And you kind of talked about it. It's funny because you have some chill dudes, some dudes who are like super mellow, like go with the flow. But when the time comes and that chi-hu's ready to rip, like I think of one of our good friends, Boogs, Brendan Goo. He's a chill dude, bro. Very mellow.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily a chill
dude. Not chill, but like he's a very not like loud spoken guy.
More just like kind of to himself. Most of the time.
Yeah. He's just kind of like he's more so like a more quiet guy. But when something comes that's deserving of a chi-hu, that guy lets it rip.
Wow.
And he has a great chi-hu.
One of the best ones that I know.
Yeah, I agree.
And he gets like, he'll like really raise his leg and
like he's lifting the leg.
He's like, he's kind of
but like, bro, that's how. Hey, I talked about it, bro. When you see the physical, like busting your freaking veins out, the guy's ripping it.
Yeah,
and that's Boogs, bro. And that's like the awesome part about the chi-hu. And one thing else that you talked about that I love is the aloha spirit, bro. This is a reflection. The island time is a reflection. A lot of what we talked about here is even like the metaphor with passing showers. A lot of it is kind of ties back into this aloha spirit, which almost I think cultivates it all. Is the aloha spirit of just love, unity, gratitude, appreciation for people, for where you are, the present moment. And I think that's what the chi-hu reflects too. It's like this passing of energy. It's like this joy, this unity that all kind of comes out, and it all ties back into this overarching theme with us in Hawaii as the aloha spirit. Yeah.
Yes, sir.